Good morning. I've got my coffee. So, the story behind this coffee mug is I have a beautiful friend, Anna, who's a great photographer. And she did a family session with me. And then she surprised me. I came home one day and there was a little box at my door. And I opened it, and she had taken the photos and put them on a mug and put yummy mummy. So beautiful. So now, when I'm enjoying my cup of deliciousness, I think of her as I look at my beautiful children, and it just makes me feel so warm inside. So, thank you, Anna, for this. Today, I was inspired to talk to you about, um, well, I'm not sure what the title would be, but I wanted to reach out and find other ways of connecting. So, yeah, actually, yesterday my phone rang, this phone that I'm talking on right now. And that hardly ever happens. And when it does, it's just like surprises me, right? Because we're so used to getting emails or texts that when it rings, it kind of puts us in an alert mode, right? Oh my gosh, what is that? Must be really important if someone's calling, or maybe it's a wrong number, right? A lot of us get those sales calls. Um, So I picked it up and it was a friend. It was lovely. And she and I had this conversation about how during this time, texts or emails are, they're not, what's the word? They just won't do, right? They lack the communication, they lack the feeling and intention behind them that you can get through a voice conversation, right? I mean, as I'm talking to you right now, I know you've got the video with it so you can see, but even if you just have the audio, you can hear the warmth and the feeling behind my words, right? Whereas just the written word, you're not quite sure, and it can be misconstrued sometimes what is trying to be said because we can pick up on subtleties with the audio and the video. Maybe that's not coming through the actual words that are being said. You can get a different feeling. So she found we had a beautiful conversation, we connected, and it made me think about in the old days other forms of communication that we used to use before computers, right? Before we just started doing easy emails and texts and just taking the few moments that it took to get that information to that other person. And then you're off with something else in your day. Whereas a phone call when I was a teenager, and I know I'd seen my friends just that day at school, but then you want to connect with them again, and so you get on the phone that was, yes, on the wall, and there was a cord, so you couldn't move around. You're pretty much tied, and you could be on there for hours, and the families complain that you're tying up the line, because it may have been just the one line to the house. But you were connecting with that person again and laughing and feeling great. Um, Also, even before that, people would write letters. I mean, you can research and see all these beautiful letters between two people, maybe during the war, and they would get those letters and it would sustain them, that connection until they saw each other next. And they would just pour out their hearts in that. And I know it's the written form again, but they had such a skill with these letters that they would convey, and you could feel the feeling behind the words. I think we've gotten out of the skill. A lot of us don't know how to communicate that through the written word. Um, so, my thing today is I know you're probably going to think that I'm going to say I'm going to call someone. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write some letters and pop them in my neighbor's um, mailbox or through their door. Over here in England, you've got a little thing in the door, a little slot where the post goes through. And I'm just going to try to uplift them, say something positive, and then give them my number because actually some of my neighbors, I don't have their information. And I don't know how they're doing, and I know a lot of my friends have been checking in with their neighbors. So it's an opportunity for me to get to know my neighbors and reach out that hand. And yes, there are feelings of why haven't I done it before, right? I'm asking myself that. And I have checked in with one of the neighbors, and she kind of keeps in contact with the other neighbors. So, but I just feel that that's enough, not enough for me, and I really want to stretch out that hand and offer it and give my love and support and see if they need anything and start this relationship of connection and community, because a strong community that loves each other and looks out for each other and through the thick and the thin and the ups and the downs is so important, especially right now, right? We do have our vulnerable, we do have our people that are on the outskirts, right? And we need to bring us all together, bring us all in. We're all important. We're all part of this, right? We all have our skills and our our love to give and receive, right? It's a mutual energy exchange. And just the thought of me writing these letters, giving parts of my heart out, putting it through there, and them opening it just makes my heart expand even more. That that beautiful way of connecting. So I just wanted to share that today. I know the things that just pop up in my head that I want to share right there. If you have any thoughts on this or something that's inspired you that you'd like to share, please feel free to message me or write at the bottom of this. I would love to hear it. And yeah, have a beautiful day. Yes, the sun is shining again. I'm out here early with my cup. I haven't even taken a sip yet. Here, it's decaf because I've already had my caffeinated one and I had more than one caffeinated yesterday and I was like, woo! Anyway, love you. Stay your beautiful self and share that with other people. Let's just shine that positivity and that love out because I can tell you it does make a difference. It's contagious, isn't it? All right. Take care. Bye.